Welcome to Tangent Academia. Today's topic is complex number, and here we are going to discuss about the determination process of the cube roots of unity. The cube roots of unity, which can be written in this format, we have to find the value of the cubeth root of 1. To determine the value of the cubeth root of 1, let us take x equals to cubeth root of 1. Taking cube on both sides, we can write x cube equals to 1, or x cube minus 1 equals to 0. 1 can be written as 1 cube, and here we are going to apply the formula of a cube minus b cube, which is x minus 1 x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. Here two cases arise. First one is x minus 1 equals to 0, since the multiplication of both these two factor equals to 0 means either this part is 0 and this part is 0. So from the first case we can write x minus 1 equals to 0 or x equals to 1. Here is the single first value of cubeth root of 1, that is 1. And from the second case, or case 2, we can write x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. And we have to solve it. We have to solve it by either Sridharacharya or by making it in whole square format. We are going to solve the second equation, which is x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. Solving this equation, by Sridhar Acharya's method. This is only for class 12 or 11 students. For minor, you don't need to write this thing. Okay, so here a is equals to 1, b is equals to 1, and c is equals to 1. Therefore we can write x equals to, the formula stands, I am writing it, minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. From this equation we can write this as minus 1 plus minus root over b square, which is 1 square, minus 4 into 1 into 1 divided by 2 into 1. Therefore minus 1 plus minus root over 1 minus 4 divided by 2, or minus 1 plus minus root over minus 3 divided by 2, which is minus 1 plus minus root 3 into I, or iota, divided by 2. So it is clear that there are two roots here. One is minus 1 plus root 3i divided by 2, and the other is minus 1 minus root 3i divided by 2. So therefore the roots are, first one 1, we get from the first condition x minus 1 equals to 0, and here the second roots are, we just find right now, minus 1 plus root 3i divided by 2 and minus 1 minus root 3i divided by 2. You can write this as in the same, minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2i, and this as minus 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2i. These three roots are the cubeth roots of 1. Okay, Now we are going to check some properties of these three roots. So the properties are: number one property of them is that the these two imaginary roots are interlinked with one another. Interlinked means let us found that. So if we take the square of the first one, minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 I, and that is square, equals to a square, which is 1 by 4 minus 2 into 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2 I plus 3 by 4 I square, which is 1 by 4 minus root 3 by 2 I. I square stands for minus 1. That is why it can be written as minus 3 by 4. And calculating, we get 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 2 I. We get 4, and here we get which is minus 2 by 4 minus root 3 by 2 I, and that is minus half minus root 3 by 2 I. So here the square of one root is equals to another root. Here we will write this as omega, and this will be omega square, and this is omega. So the three roots will be, we can written as, this is 1 and this is omega square or omega, anything you can check. You can make this vice versa, you can take this is whole square and you will get this one. This will be treated as omega and this is omega square, or eat as omega square and this as omega. You can choose anything. This is the property 1, and that states that the imaginary cubic root of 1 is the square of another cubic root, and which has to be imaginary root, not this one, these two. Okay, now we are going to property number 2. It's another important one. This states that the multiplication of two imaginary roots will be equal to 1. So we can say omega square equals to minus 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2i, and omega equals to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2i. And we have to show that omega square into omega equals to 1. So at first we take LHS. LHS equals to omega square into omega, and we are going to multiply it by standard method, root 3 by 2i into minus half plus root 3 by 2i. So the formula stands for a plus b, and this is a minus b. So we can clearly write this a square minus b square. So that comes as 1 by 4 minus, and that will be 3i square divided by 4. I square stands for minus 1, so it will be 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4 which becomes 4, and 4 by 4 equals to 1. So this property stands that the multiplication of two imaginary roots will be equal to 0. So therefore omega square into omega equals to 1, or we can say omega cube equals to 1. This is a important property which all of you must have to remember. These two properties, either omega cube equals to 1 or omega square into omega equals to 1. And let us going to the property number 3. What's that? The sum of all three roots of 1 is 0. It's an important one. So we can say 1 plus omega square equals to 0. Now we have to prove it. Starting from the left hand side, 1 plus, let us take minus half, plus root 3 by 2 into I, and omega square is minus half minus root 3 by 2 into I. So plus of minus half, that will be minus, so that will be minus half plus root 3 by 2 I, plus of minus half, that will be minus half, plus of minus root 3 by 2, that will be minus root 3 by 2 I. Here you can clearly see this is 1 minus half minus half. So 1 minus, this stands for 2, that is 1 minus 1 equals to 0, and it is the right hand side. So we can clearly prove that 1 plus omega square is 0.